And good morning, early bird crew. And the early bird always catches the worm. Early bird crew, Monday. Let's go. Okay? Man. So, back on the treadmill after Friday. Friday had a blowout. You know, I did my normal Friday message. Then my man David was like, yo, son, are we walking today? Sure. Hit another, went out, got a mile in. Man, after that, my back was jacked up, which, you know, I really haven't had a back issue. I think I had a little bit of a nag, but let me tell you something. I sat down and I could barely get up. I was scared, fear. I was like, oh Lord, what has I done? But, you know, this weekend I chilled and we're back at it. Back feels weird. But then, hey, why not? Like my man Willie Jolly says, a setback is just the setup for a comeback. You know what? It wasn't even really a setback. It was just a reminder how you have to be mindful. Right, Chris? Shout out to Chris E., my trainer. Mindful. I basically overdid it, pushed it a little bit harder, and pay the consequence. So anyway, and that's what we're doing. Being mindful, thinking about what we're doing, thinking about what we're putting in our mouth, thinking about how we're thinking about how we're treating people, right? That's what we're doing. For 2021, that's what we're doing. And speaking of mindfulness, so here we go. Thanksgiving. One of the biggest eating days, if not the ultimate eating day of the year. How are you approaching? We all have different plans. I'm saying, are you game planning for Thanksgiving? If you have an issue with portion size and control, or some people are like, forget it. One day of the year, I'm gonna get my grub on. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna eat what I wanna eat. Cakes, pies, turkeys, chitlins. I don't give a damn. Why not? Other people are like, yo, I'm trying to do this thing, get control. So, you know, I'm gonna be really strict on Thanksgiving. Some people are like, what I'm doing is, I'm gonna do the moderation. I'm gonna have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but just look at my portions and still get my cardio in on Thanksgiving just like any other day, you know? I'm gonna treat it like a meal, you know? Don't go too crazy, but at the same time, if there's something that you really want, super desire, why not? Go ahead, have a piece, but don't have the whole damn pie, Mark. Let me tell you what used to get me on Thanksgiving. It wasn't the first round. It was afterwards. Game's over. You've already taken your nap. You go in the kitchen, and there she is. That delicious sweet potato pie. Oh, and some whipped cream. Oh, and some eggnog, what? It is going down. And that's what, that would be my weakness right there. So have a good plate, have a little dessert for me, and keep it moving, Mark. Keep it moving, player, because that's how I get caught up. So yeah, share what you're doing on Thanksgiving. What is your game plan for Thanksgiving? Let me know. Put it in my comments wherever you're watching this. Also, my Reinventing crew, please, definitely you do it. I have a page called Reinventing. You fill in your name. And we are losing weight during the holidays or maintaining, because we are reinventing ourselves to our finest self. If you want to join, just message me and I'll get you in. It's a private group only, so you can post stuff, pictures, thoughts, comments, and not worry about people just trolling or, being in there. So, and I say that because I have posted a picture of myself, the before picture, with no shirt on. And let me tell you something. Every time I see that picture, I'm like, Lord Jesus, but it's okay. It's okay. We're building this palace. We're rebuilding this palace. We're reinventing this palace. It's okay. And the part 2 of the post, loving yourself. That's the truth. We have to love our own dirty drawers. Because if we don't love ourselves, who's going to do it? So here's your exercise. Stand in front of a mirror, butt naked. Is the phrase butt naked or buck like naked as a buck? I think that's what it probably is. Anyway, buck naked and look. Turn to your side. Turn to your back. Look at yourself. Look over every square inch and say, I love myself. Okay? Embrace it. Don't run from it like most of us we do when we've gained weight or we don't look like we want to look. We barely look at ourselves. We just kind of keep it to the face, No, take a gander, all that. Look at it. Love it. It's you. It's what you created. It's what God created. It's what Allah created. It's what the universe created. It's whatever you believe in created. It's you. And that's okay. It's you. And it's amazing. And if you want to make some changes, start making changes. Start reinventing what you don't like. Too skinny? Get some weight resistance going. Too heavy? Move that body. Eat right. Join Reinventing whatever you got going on. You can have a place where you can chop it up with like-minded people. All right? And, I got to shout out. I have to shout out my caregivers this morning. Ring the bell for caregivers. I was blessed to be a caregiver for my mom, my mother-in-law for a time, and my father-in-law. And let me tell you something. There's something different about that caregiving life, right? Caregivers, when you have to put other people's needs in front of yours, or you do, which may not be good. So for my caregivers, I just have a quick story. Growing up in Springfield, Illinois, her next door neighbor was an older woman, and she was that mean old lady. Y'all, every neighborhood has one. Every neighborhood, every movie has one. Mean. No reason at all. Get out my yard. You can't play in my yard. You know that person. Always pinched up face, always mean, always telling us what we can't do. And now, of course, her daughter was sweet, 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 super nice, super kind, and always there for her mom. I never saw her do one damn thing for herself. Getting up in the morning to late at night, she basically served her mother. And her mother was always snapping at her, never nice. And one of the saddest days, and I mean, I'm talking about, this lady was mean from when we were kids to when we grew up. So now she's in her 90s. And her sister, her daughter's in her 60s. And once you know, her daughter had a heart attack and died. And that woman went on to live another 10 years into her hundreds. And I just remember thinking, what about the daughter? She never did nothing but serve that woman. She never made a life for herself. She never took time for herself. And probably the stress of that took her out of here. So for my caregivers, look, you got to take care of them, mom, dad, family member. You're the designated caregiver. It's a blessing. You're an angel. But don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself. You got to take care of you, because if you ain't working right, the whole system shuts down. And that's not just for caregivers. That's for all of us, right? We got to take care of ourselves first. I love my wife. I love my family. I love my dogs. I got to take care of Mark Clark first, though. Because when Mark Clark's down, like the other day, when my back went out, the whole world changes, right? So take care of yourself. Shout out to caregivers. What you gonna do on Thanksgiving? If you want to join Reinventing, please do. Have a great Monday. Let's power through this Monday. A lot of things have presented themselves, but guess what? You're gonna push right on through. Because why? Because you're tough. I wish I had a phrase that didn't have anything that I would say. You know why? Because you're tough. That was, I don't know, that was kind of weak. All right, y'all. See you tomorrow. Let's do this. Peace.